Well, check out all these bulbs. In some ways, I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. We've already planted a lot of bulbs, but these were on sale. I told people they were on sale, and some people came and got them, but I bought out the nursery because I love adding daffodils to the garden. I don't know if you remember the story, but when I was a little kid, where my grandparents are buried, they have a thing called Daffodil Hill. And at Daffodil Hill, when I was visiting the graves, I looked behind me and saw all those daffodils in bloom. And so when I moved to this garden, I told my mom, I'm going to plant lots of daffodils, make my own daffodil hill in memory of my grandparents. And how I do that is by planting this time of the year and getting the discounts. We're kind of slipping into the end of the season. I can't believe it's actually December, and today it's going to be 60 degrees. And so it's the perfect time to get most of these bulbs in. And you've seen me do it 100 times before. The bulb auger with my brand new drill from Small Business Saturday, Hastings Hardware. Hey, if those guys are going to spend an hour with me figuring out a little coupling for a pump for the fountain, I'm going to buy a drill from them, and I'm looking forward to getting these bulbs into the ground. So these are all the same variety. I took everything I could find out of there that was this Dutch Master variety, and I'm going to make just a drift of all the same things. I've got some mixed daffodils in there also, which will always work. You've got early, late, and mid varieties in there. The yellows and whites all work together, so a mix is fine. But as I said, this is going to be all one type, and can't wait to see it in the spring. Daffodils are the harbinger of spring. All right, now the real work starts. Well, we got over 100 in, a couple more, 100 more to plant yet, and it's not crazy at all to be putting in bulbs this time of the year. You can do it all the way until the ground freezes. What we're doing next is absolutely crazy because it's the latest I've ever planted. Some other plants that they basically just gave away to have a good home, and you could probably find them too. Let's do that next. I put most of my pansies and flowering kale in a month ago, some 2 months ago. But as I said, these were left over at the nursery. Your nursery might have some too, and flowering kale and pansies love cool weather. Now, we're into December. It's going to get cold, but these were almost free, and I'm going to fill up these containers that are close to the house, get a little protection from the house, and we'll see how long they can go. Isn't it going to be great to have color? And who knows, if the winter doesn't hit us like it usually does, these might go well into January, maybe February, maybe all the way through. And I'm just going to fill up these containers with the plants and enjoy them, because color in winter is, it's so wonderful. This was a basket already set to go, and it's instant color. Well, I'll tell you what, that feels pretty good to be planting in December. And all I gotta do is get some water on these plants, keep them watered through the winter, and we'll see how long they last. We'll follow the progress. I still have more to do in the vegetable garden, so follow me. Well, I actually had to go down in the basement, turn the water back on, because under these covers, the plants in here, it's gotten so dry that they need some water in December, and usually that's not the case. But you can see that, boy, they are really dried out. I'm going to water these in because I want to be picking all winter, and then I'm going to actually add some plants that I found. These are a mustard green that love cool weather. They're actually sold as an ornamental, but they are really tasty and edible, and I think I have enough room in here where I can squeeze them in, and we'll see. I'm going to tuck these in, find a little spot for them, but I put some garlic cloves in here just to see what would happen, and they're already sprouting. That's kind of interesting. We'll see how they do, but I've got a spot here I think I can, find for the mustard. They will love it in here, and I will pick them, and I love to take these, put them on a burger. That's real mustard right there. All right, I'm going to finish up here, and then we're going to finish up. This looks nice after watering. Well, that's the last planting of the season, unless it stays nice and I find more bargains. Please join me online. You can find lots of great gardening information there. And of course, that's where you can join my Seed of the Month Club. Wouldn't it be cool to grow something really interesting next year? Until next week, I've got about 300 more bulbs to plant, so my work's cut out for me. We'll see you then. Yo, it's like summer out here. Time for planting. My friends in the back seat agree. Mr. Kale, Mr. Mustard, and Ms. Greens. Tune in Thursday. Those guys that drive with the top up, well, they're pansies.